So one of the things I wanted to cover today is Jujutsu no Kaisen. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but essentially, this is a fan-made manga made to essentially fix the ending to Jujutsu Kaisen. It's been like very not positive. I can understand where most of the criticism comes from. The way that it was phrased, if I can find it, everyone liked the original ending. We decide to draw a new ending starting from chapter 236 that contains exciting and wonderful things. We will focus on writing the characters perfectly and drawing with high quality. The name of the manga will be Jujutsu no Kaisen. So I would say the main source of criticism comes from the fact that this guy is essentially saying that he is being passed the torch of Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a very bold statement to make when I don't think there's any credentials of this guy writing anything of the past. And for someone who's been hyping himself up, when it came to the first chapter, it unfortunately did not meet expectations. I don't have an issue with this guy making a new ending for Jujutsu Kaisen because, to be honest, people just don't seem satisfied with it. And if you want to make your own ending, go ahead. And in fact, it's encouraged to do that. But I think that it's interesting to see the passion for someone when it comes to a series try to make their own. I remember looking at Jujutsu no Kaisen chapter 1. It was something. I don't know. I will not discourage anyone from reading this because at the end of the day, it's important that you guys go read this and form your own opinion rather than the internet forcing you to say that it's bad. Personally, when I read it, there was one issue I had in particular, and it was the dialogue. Jujutsu no Kaisen. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me pull up. Okay, so he said that this was from chapter 236 is where it's starting from. So read JJK chapter 236. What I will say is that looking at this chapter, there is one thing I do have to give Gege credit for, because I have to say this. I am not talking about Jujutsu no Kaisen as a Jujutsu Kaisen fanboy, because I'm not even that big of a fan of Jujutsu Kaisen. I honestly have had a history of shitting on it, if anything. But even then, I still have to give credit to Gege, because one thing I will say is that the dialogue in his manga is phenomenal. It's so phenomenal to the fact that there have been many memes circulated around JJK just based on certain dialogues. Whether it's something as simple as, yeah, throughout heaven and earth, I am the honored one. That's a pretty good one. I don't know. I think there's just been a lot of things that Jujutsu Kaisen has that just screams aura. And I can't even deny it. There are some pretty cool and quotable things about Jujutsu Kaisen. That is the only thing you'll ever hear out of me. But either way, as a mangaka, I respect Gege a lot. It's not easy to get into this industry, especially if it's for a magazine as huge as Shonen Jump. And I have to give credit where credit's due. Jujutsu Kaisen was the highest grossing franchise. So I think trying to replicate that in some way, it almost just comes off as a mock-up, because already this feels like very not like Jujutsu Kaisen, when it comes to the dialogue. Already within the first couple of pages, you're probably going to see this when I edit the video highlighting all this, but already the dialogue with Suguru and Gojo was really well done, because it represented Gojo's character and what he talked about with Megumi. Then again, maybe there's extra context I'm missing, but either way, you know, maybe don't talk about how you're gonna save Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, bro, you're not fucking Ichigo. And listen, I'll say this. I have respect for the fact that this guy was able to see all the negative comments that were made about this and still continue working. Because it'll probably be very demotivating if something you worked hard on just got completely shit on by people. Like, there's also like accusations of AI being used. I don't know how true that is. I think what people are kind of neglecting is that the person making this is someone who genuinely just enjoyed Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, I don't think that it's the best. I don't think that he's approaching this the best way possible. But at the same time, he's not a mangaka. You know, he doesn't have that experience. So really all we can do is criticize what he does. But at the same time, if you're going to do it, provide like valid criticism. But yeah, nah, I mean, the chapters are still going to come out. Who knows? Maybe this guy will make another fan manga in the future that people will love. I wish him the best in his work, but unfortunately, he's going to have to do a lot in order to win back all the Jujutsu Kaisen fans. And again, I cannot stress this enough. If you have heard about this off of TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is, the least you can do, try to read the first chapter. Form your own opinion. And from there on out, whether you shit on it or maybe you even enjoy it, that's all up to you. I think that personally, it's important to encourage creativity to a certain extent. I've said my piece.